Have you ever pondered on the true value of a piece of land? Let's take a journey to a place where the sun barely sets in summer and hardly rises in winter. Welcome to Alaska, the land of the midnight sun. Nestled at the top of the world, Alaska is the northernmost, westernmost, and even the easternmost state of the United States, courtesy of the Aleutian Islands that stretch into the Eastern Hemisphere. Imagine a place of extremes. Majestic snow-capped peaks, vast forests, and an array of unique wildlife. A place where the northern lights paint the night sky with colors that dance in harmony with the stars. But beyond its breathtaking landscapes and awe-inspiring phenomena, Alaska holds a deeper significance. It's much more than just a frozen wilderness. The tale of how this icy wonderland became part of the United States is a story of exploration, hidden wealth, and a geopolitical blunder. In the year 1867, a seemingly ludicrous transaction took place. The United States, led by Secretary of State William H. Seward, penned an agreement with the Russian Empire. The deal? A whopping $7.2 million in exchange for a vast, chilly wilderness known as Alaska. Yes, folks, you heard it right. The price tag for this enormous piece of real estate was merely 2 cents per acre, an amount many deemed exorbitant for what was perceived as a barren, icy wasteland. The purchase was met with a wave of derision. Critics were quick to dub this venture as Seward's folly, a mocking tribute to the man who had championed the acquisition. Some even went as far as to ridicule it as Seward's icebox, a testament to the frigid temperatures and brutal winters associated with the territory. The naysayers were many, and the supporters were few. The prevailing sentiment was one of disbelief. Why would the United States invest so much in a seemingly useless frozen desert? Yet beneath the surface of this scorned investment lay a potential that few could envision. The vast expanses of Alaska, dismissed as barren and unproductive, were teeming with untapped resources waiting to be discovered. The territory, initially seen as a drain on the national treasury, was a sleeping giant, holding within its frosty embrace a wealth that would transform the face of American history. The ridicule that once surrounded the purchase of Alaska soon gave way to astonishment. As explorers and prospectors ventured into the icy wilderness, they began to unearth the true value hidden beneath the frozen tundra. Gold, oil, and natural gas. The land was rich with resources that would prove to be of immense economic importance. Little did they know, this worthless piece of ice was about to unveil its true value. The folly was on the verge of becoming a fortune. The icebox was ready to reveal its hidden treasures, and the geopolitical landscape as they knew it was about to be altered forever. Alaska, a barren wasteland or a treasure trove waiting to be discovered? In the years following the purchase of Alaska, the perception of this icy wilderness began to shift dramatically. The catalyst for this shift, the discovery of gold. In the late 19th century, miners began to strike it rich in the Yukon, and news of the Klondike gold rush saw prospectors from across the globe flocking to Alaska in search of fortune. Suddenly, this so-called folly was glittering with promise. But gold was just the beginning. Beneath the frozen tundra, vast reservoirs of oil and natural gas lay dormant, waiting to be tapped. The discovery of these resources in the 20th century catapulted Alaska to the forefront of the American energy industry. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline system, stretching over 800 miles from Prudhoe Bay in the north to Valdez in the south, stands as a testament to the enormous wealth that lies beneath Alaska's icy surface. The economic impact of these resources has been transformative. The oil and gas industry now accounts for a significant portion of Alaska's economy, providing thousands of jobs and pumping billions of dollars into the state's coffers. The once ridiculed purchase was now seen as a masterstroke, a savvy investment that had paid dividends beyond anyone's wildest dreams. But it's not just about the money. These resources have also given the United States a strategic edge. Alaska's oil reserves have reduced American dependence on foreign oil, bolstering the nation's energy security. The state's vast mineral wealth has also played a vital role in various industries, from technology to defense. In a world increasingly conscious of the value of natural resources, Alaska's wealth is more significant than ever. With the potential for further untapped resources yet to be discovered, the state's importance on the global stage continues to grow. All this wealth, hidden beneath a veil of ice and snow. It's a stark reminder that value often lies where we least expect it. The purchase of Alaska, once seen as a folly, has turned out to be a fortune, a treasure trove waiting to be discovered. The folly was turning out to be a fortune. Beyond its natural wealth, Alaska holds another ace up its sleeve. Its geographical location, you see, presents the United States with a significant strategic advantage. Can you imagine being able to peek over your neighbor's fence, keeping an eye on their movements while they're blissfully unaware? That's what Alaska offered the US during the Cold War. Tucked up there in the north, Alaska's proximity to the Soviet Union was invaluable. It was like having a front-row seat to every move on the Soviet chessboard. The US was able to establish military bases, critical to the global balance of power game, right under their adversary's nose. It's like playing hide-and-seek, but you're hiding in plain sight. Fast forward to the present day, Alaska's strategic significance has only amplified. As the ice melts and the Arctic opens up due to climate change, new navigation routes are emerging. And guess who's sitting pretty at the gateway of these routes? Yep, it's Alaska. It's like being the gatekeeper to a new world, a world that is becoming increasingly important in global geopolitics. But it's not just about keeping an eye on the neighborhood or controlling access points. Alaska strengthens American presence in this emerging strategic theater. It's like having your flag planted firmly on the stage of a grand play, reminding everyone of your role and influence. So, you see, Alaska is not just a treasure chest of natural resources, although that alone would be quite a catch. It is also a critical outpost in global geopolitics, a watchtower, a gatekeeper, a show of strength. It's like having a queen in the game of chess, powerful and versatile, capable of making game-changing moves. As we peel back the layers of Alaska's story, we see a land that is much more than ice and snow. A land that holds power and influence, a land that can change the course of history. So remember, Alaska is not just a resource hub, but a critical outpost in global geopolitics. But what about the seller in this transaction? Did Russia commit a historical blunder? Let's rewind to the mid-19th century. The Russian Empire, burdened by financial difficulties and the fear of losing Alaska to the British without compensation, made the decision to sell. It was a move that, at the time, seemed to make sense. But hindsight, as they say, is always 20/20. Now imagine a game of chess. Each move is critical, shaping the outcome of the game. The sale of Alaska was Russia's unexpected move, a pawn sacrificed. But as we now know, this pawn was no ordinary piece. It was a potential queen, capable of transforming the landscape of the game. The sale stripped Russia of a vast reservoir of natural wealth. Gold, oil, natural gas, resources that would have significantly bolstered Russia's economy had they retained the land. But the loss goes beyond just material wealth. The geopolitical implications of this transaction were far-reaching. With Alaska, the United States gained a strategic foothold in the North Pacific and the Arctic, a position of strength that has persisted for over a century and a half. It's like handing your opponent a fortress in that game of chess. And then there's the Arctic. As climate change opens new navigation routes, the Arctic is fast becoming a region of significant strategic importance. Alaska serves as the United States gateway to this region, allowing it to monitor movements and strengthen its presence in an emerging strategic theater. For Russia, the sale of Alaska is a tale of what could have been, a story of lost potential, of a strategic advantage handed over to a rival. It's a reminder of the far-reaching implications of decisions made in the heat of the moment, under financial strain or political pressure. The sale of Alaska, a seemingly insignificant act at the time, has echoed through history, shaping global power dynamics to this day. So, was Alaska the geopolitical blunder of the century? The tale of Alaska is a grand narrative of discovery, strategic significance, and an underestimation that echoes through the corridors of history. This vast icy expanse, once dismissed as a folly, emerged to be a treasure trove of natural resources. Gold, oil, natural gas, hidden wealth that transformed this frozen land into a hotbed of opportunity and prosperity. Beyond its material riches, Alaska's strategic location is a geopolitical ace up America's sleeve. A sentinel to the Arctic, it's a critical outpost in global geopolitics, monitoring movements in the rapidly changing Arctic region. The sale of Alaska by Russia, a decision made in haste and under duress, has been a boon for the United States, granting it a lasting strategic advantage. But let's not forget, this land of extremes was once considered a folly. Perhaps the true folly lies not in the purchase, but in underestimating the value of this icy frontier.